Hi, I'm Pat Schweiss, the director of the Sedona International Film Festival, inviting you to our 24th annual celebration of the best independent films from around the world. We have a star-studded 9 days set for you and 168 of the best films you'll ever find anywhere, right here at the Sedona International Film Festival. We are very proud to be honoring our Lifetime Achievement Award honoree, Jane Alexander. Jane is going to be coming into Sedona, and we're going to be featuring 3 of her very, very important films that garnered her Academy Award nominations. We're going to open with The Great White Hope, which she starred with a very young James Earl Jones, and we will be presenting her Lifetime Achievement Award that evening on Saturday, February 24th. On Sunday the 25th, we go into her next film, Testament, which also garnered her an Academy Award nomination, where she stars with William Devane. And then on Monday the 26th, we are very happy to present Kramer vs. Kramer, again, another Academy Award nomination for her. Of her 4, her 4th one came for All the President's Men. And Jane's going to be here. She's going to be signing copies of her book, Wild Things, Wild Places, and she's also going to be on hand to do a Q&A at each of those screenings and sign autographs and meet the people. She's going to be a great, great fun. She is also going to be honored for her incredible work with the National Endowment for the Arts and representing all of the arts that is so important to all of us. We're also very happy to welcome back Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss is returning to the Sedona International Film Festival with 2 very special anniversary screenings. The Big Fix, which he stars with a young John Lithgow, and we're going to be welcoming his childhood friend Carl Borak, who produced the film, and the other filmmakers. We're going to have a wonderful panel discussion after the Big Fix screening, and the next day we're going to be featuring the 40th anniversary screening of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a favorite with many, many, many people, and one of Steven Spielberg's greatest accomplishments. We are very happy to welcome Ed Asner back to the Sedona International Film Festival. He's kind of become a mascot for us. This will be his 4th or 5th time. He was actually my first celebrity guest 14 years ago when I did my first Sedona International Film Festival. He is actually starring in 3 of our films, one feature film, a family film called Santa Stole Our Dog. It's absolutely adorable, and he's probably the cutest Santa you will ever see on screen. Ed will be here to do a Q&A with that. He's also featured in 2 of our short films, Getting Ed Laid and The Flood, which in these 3 roles you will see a drastically different side of Ed Asner in each of them, as he shows you just how versatile an actor he is. And at his age, he's getting so many great and wonderful roles, and he's adopted our film festival as one of his favorites. We're very happy to welcome Ed back. We're also thrilled that the Brosnans are going to join us, Keely Shea Brosnan and Pierce Brosnan, and Tina Tico, and they are going to be here to represent their film, Teresa Tico, they're going to be here representing their film Poisoning Paradise, a very, very important documentary about the effects of spraying on GMOs on the Hawaiian Islands and the effect that it's having on the natives there, the people who live there, the residents, and the tourists who are unaware of this as it's happening. It's a very, very important message and a very important environmental message that they're sharing with us. And they're going to be here to host the film and do a Q&A. We are also honoring the Brosnans and Miss Tico with a great award, our environmental award from the film festival, the Global Achievement Humanitarian Award, for their important work in these matters and bringing this issue to the public. So a lot of really great things happening, and they're going to be doing some meet and greets with people and photo opportunities and autograph signings. So it's going to be great, great fun, and a very important film, probably the most important documentary film in our lineup. We are also very pleased to have a couple of other really star-studded films in the lineup. Rose, starring Sybil Shepherd, James Brolin, and Pam Grier. We're thrilled to have one of the premieres of that film. The director is going to be here to do a Q&A with us on that one. And Humor Me, a brand new film starring Elliot Gould, Bebe Neuwirth, and Annie Potts. Great, great fun. So we've filled the lineup with some laughs for you to enjoy in among all the other serious films as well. And speaking of laughs, we are thrilled to be one of the premieres of a wonderful documentary called Wait for Your Laugh on the incredible 90-year career of Rose Marie, the outstanding comedienne. It's going to be a star-studded affair in the film with Dick Van Dyke, Carl Reiner, Jerry Lewis, all those comedians you know and love. She was the longest-running show business woman in the history of show business. She just passed away late in December, and we're thrilled to honor her memory with this very special screening. Here's a trailer. We want to take a look. Wait for Your Laugh, the story of Rose Marie.
Believe me when I tell you, she's the history of show business.
Every phase of entertainment for literally 87 years.
Paved her own way.
She was no pushover, that's for sure. Was she stubborn? Was she sweet all the time? Was she a pain in the ass? She was all of those things.
The minute she was born, the doctor slapped her and she started singing.
She was a star at 4.
She was the biggest singing star in America.
Before Shirley Temple was even born.
She didn't sound like a little girl. Somebody put a wrong box in there. Once in a while, she would mention some of the tough guys she knew back then.
You're working for the mob, the so-called mob.
They treated her like a daughter.
She opened the Flamingo for Bugsy Siegel.
She was crazy in love with him, and he was crazy in love with her. And there was a lot of problems.
She developed a well-rounded character that everybody loved, Sally.
That show was surrounded with guys.
And we made jokes about the fact that nobody took into account the fact that she was a lady.
Here was this woman fighting for her position in the show and in real life.
They didn't move like their age.
And they're sold out.
They were rock stars.
And what was going on backstage? Chaos. Any performer as good as their last show.
She's never stopped working, ever. In her case, it's a drug. It's something that she has to do.
You can't be in the business all your life without being tough.
And she's the only one left.
Rosemary.
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 Can I tell you this story? Are you rolling? God love you. God love you.
And in addition to Wait for Your Laugh, we also have other award-winning documentaries that have been winning awards from festivals and critics and audiences all around the world. We're very proud of our documentary lineup, and that includes some of the highlights. Dateline Saigon. Dateline Saigon is one of the most important films you'll see, and whatever you think you know about the Vietnam War, you might just not quite know the whole story. This is a very, very powerful and compelling documentary. Liana. Liana is a gorgeous documentary that is winning awards from it's won the top awards from 10 major festivals around the world. I Am Jane Doe. Human trafficking. Human trafficking is put on the forefront of this, and it's such an important and unfortunate topic, and we're going to have a really powerful discussion after I Am Jane Doe, led by the Northern Arizona Coalition Against Human Trafficking. So you'll see a wonderful and powerful and award-winning film, and have a chance to have a really powerful discussion afterwards as well. American Veteran. American Veteran is a very powerful documentary that honors those who put their lives on the line for us on a daily basis. Again, one not to be missed. We're very fortunate. Being with Animals is in the festival lineup. Being with Animals is about the animal whisperers and the people who can heal animals, and we're thrilled that Sedona's own Maya Kincaid from Animal Communications is featured in the film. So that'll be a wonderful opportunity to meet Maya and learn all about other animal communicators around the globe. Blue. So many of our films in our lineup are part of our Sedona Green and Environmental series and our Docs That Make a Difference series, and Blue is one of those. Blue talks about the importance of keeping our oceans clean and our marine wildlife. And then we go to another Hollywood legend, Bombshell, the Hedy Lamarr story. Again, a really incredible documentary that you'll see a whole different side of Hedy Lamarr, and you'll learn a few things that you didn't quite know about the Hollywood starlet. We're also proud that several of our films in our lineup, 5 of them to be exact, are nominated for Academy Awards and are up for Oscars on Sunday, March 4th. 3 of them are documentary features. Abacus, Small Enough to Jail, Last Men in Aleppo, and Faces Places are all up for the Best Documentary Feature. In addition, we've got The Insult, a narrative feature that's up for Best Foreign Language Film, and Watu Wate, All of Us, which is up for Best Live Action Short. When we come back, we're going to talk with Keri, Oskar, and Gary Glenn from our programming committee. And in the meantime, we want to show you a trailer from the Oscar-nominated Oscar-nominated feature-length documentary, Faces Places. Enjoy.
Moi, je n'ai pas oublié les images de tes films. Le visage de Cléo.
J'ai adoré voir depuis le train les yeux que tu as collés sur des containers.
Ce qui est drôle, c'est qu'on ne se soit pas croisés depuis le temps. Le truc rigolo, c'est qu'on va faire un film ensemble.
Bah ouais, c'est ça le point de départ.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'on va faire?
On va faire des images ensemble, mais autrement.
Tu sais, c'est avec ce camion que je pars partout dans le monde. Les gens y entrent à l'arrière, comme dans un photomaton, et la photo sort dans les 5 secondes sur le côté, en grand format.
C'est ça. On apprend à se connaître. Merci d'être venu. Je dis bonjour qu'aux jeunes.
Bah oui, parce qu'ils sont à ta taille.
Chaque visage a une histoire. Je sais pas quoi dire.
1, 2, 3.
Déjà, je pensais pas que l'image serait aussi grande.
C'est vraiment l'idée.
J'y réponds à ce que je souhaite le plus. Les visages que je rencontre, les photographies, pour qu'ils ne tombent pas aussitôt dans les trous de ma mémoire.
Alors, ce que je te propose, c'est que je t'aide à emmagasiner le plus d'images avant que tout foute le camp.
Ça, c'est très bien imprimé sur des petites assiettes de porcelaine. C'est des rives, c'est assez beau, hein?
C'est le jeu.
Ce train ira dans plus d'endroits où tu n'iras jamais. En fait, tu vois flou et t'es contente.
Et toi, tu vois tout foncé. Et tu es content.
Arrête parce qu'elle essaie de me faire enlever les lunettes.
Un visage, c'est beau. Le but, c'est le pouvoir de l'imagination.
C'est juste l'installation de l'échafaudage sont mis à autorisation.
Alors moi, je vais vous dire quelque chose entre nous. Toutes les amendes, vous pouvez les envoyer à Agnès Varda.
D'accord. Tous discutent, quoi.
Joining me now are Keri Oskar, our lead narrative features programmer, and Gary Glenn, our assistant programmer for narrative features and documentaries. Welcome. Thanks. So glad you're here.
Thank
You've
you.
got an exciting lineup planned for us for the film festival, don't you, for narratives?
We certainly do, and you have trailers of a couple of them. One of our screeners' favorites is called Instrument of War, and it's about a soldier, an officer who gets interred in a prisoner of war camp, and about the people who support him in that. His crew, they thrive on their hope and what they do to make him happy, and the music is a symbol of their hope.
And I understand that something very important happens. They create some sort of musical instrument.
They create a violin out of floorboards and things just
wonderful.
to make this man happy.
And I think we brought a trailer along of it, yes?
Yes, you did.
Let's roll the trailer for Instrument of War.
I want to go home, sir.
It's okay. I got you.
Das ist eine von Ihnen.
Hallo, Amerikaner. For you, the war's over.
Out, out! You are now prisoners of the German Reich. As you follow the rules, we will follow the rules.
It's best to stay out of his way.
You have something to say?
And that's when you start to hear things that aren't there and see things that aren't there. Your mind just snaps.
There's nothing black or white in any of this. This war will end, and how we face it in here will make all the difference when it does.
So you're actually gonna build a violin? I've been making things out of wood my whole life.
You haven't made a violin before?
And you think you can do it better here, in a prison camp? Something to do, right?
You'd be surprised what you can find around here if you're willing to pay for it.
What do you want for the class?
How did you get her anyway?
I have no idea what she was thinking.
I was kind of hoping to hear you play that violin again.
You earned the cooler 3 days.
No, no, no. I can't remember her face. I used to know every detail.
You gotta hold on there, buddy. Because it's all gonna come back to you.
What an incredibly powerful film. Powerful, powerful film. And been winning awards all over the country, Instrument of War. What other great narratives do you have up your sleeve for us that our audiences can wrap their heads and eyes and ears around?
This year we have some very unique dramas with touches of magic in them, which usually goes over extremely well in Sedona. There's one called Amy and Sophia, about two young girls, both with traumatic past, who bond as friends and work through their issues with art. And it's really a lovely film, not only the story, but the cinematography and the artwork involved.
Beautiful.
So that's one I really like.
And the great Sedona film with the art connection.
Very Sedona.
Absolutely.
And there's several like that.
Nice, nice.
I'm glad to see that aspect is being brought in.
Right.
There's the one that's very unique is Nathan's Kingdom. And it's about a young man who's autistic and his sister who has grown up protecting him and loving him and cherishing him. And in order to get through his issues, they created an imaginary kingdom, Nathan's Kingdom. But he decides they really must go off on a search to find this kingdom. And it's quite an adventure story, because he truly believes in his kingdom. And it's more about their relationship. It's lovely.
And I believe it's one of the first films that has an autistic person cast as a lead character.
Yes.
And he's going to be coming to the film festival, so he'll be here
That's
to do the Q&A with the film along with the director of the film as well.
Yeah, apparently
So
he walked
exciting.
in at the last minute. They've just about given up casting him, and he is going to acting school now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So he's
the power
got a
of
new
film.
career. The power of film. I think probably the most powerful film we have, and probably the screener's favorite, is called Ayla, Daughter of War. Yes, Keri agrees.
I've heard that we've got all fives across the board from all the screeners.
Straight
on that
fives.
one. Nice.
And it's about a Turkish soldier who comes across a little girl orphaned by their actions, actually, their war. And he basically takes her in, hides her, sneaks her in, and saves her. And they bond, of course, but it's so touching, and it's based on a true story, as many of these films are based on true stories.
Wow, nice.
So,
and I believe it was Turkey's submission for the Academy Awards.
It
correct?
was.
So, you know, it comes with a lot of cachet as well. Beautiful film,
Truly.
highly rated, and an Academy Award contender.
I don't think they could have made it any better than they did, do you?
It's a wonderfully made film, and it's, again, a story that just strikes your heart. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Certainly one that everyone should put on their list as a must-see.
Nice. Excellent.
And if you're not moved by that film, you have no heart.
There you go. Go to Oz and get a heart.
Yes.
That's right. Nice. And are there any other ones? Are there any personal favorites of yours that haven't been mentioned? Is there anything else that you just go, this is a little gem, you've got to see this film?
Well, I like really independent, unique, original films, and Meerkat Moonship is one of those. It's from South Africa, and it's about a young girl who's troubled. Again, a lot of coming of age this year, but it's all upbeat coming of age. But she meets a young boy who is deaf and determined to build a spaceship to go into space, and that's his dream, to be an astronaut. I think he's about 8 years old. But the story evolves, and there's a lot more behind the story that is just so beautiful and touching. And the kids are incredible actors. So.
And I understand because he's deaf, it's a lot of wordless beauty in the film. Oh, how nice. What a wonderful, touching story. Any other little favorites, little gems they shouldn't miss?
I liked a lot of the foreign films. There are so many unbelievably powerful submissions that were foreign-made films. A lot of Asian films. There's an Australian film that stands out called West of Sunshine.
Oh, yes.
And so consequently, it has a very unique quality. All of the American-made films have a style that you kind of identify as wanting to be blockbusters, where a lot of these European films, the Asian films, the Australian films, are a little bit more indie in style, and West of Sunshine is one of them that really stood out to me. Dad is Pretty is a very unique, funny film that's an Asian film. So those two stand out as immediate from my notes that I would have looked at.
And as an independent film festival, of course, that's what we look for and that's what we love. You know, hopefully we're launching the next generation of filmmakers.
If it all looks like Hollywood, we all can see that at the normal theater. This is an independent festival where filmmakers who are doing unique and interesting, creative, sometimes artistic films are really having an opportunity to be seen. So it really is an independent festival with amazing quality. And we all agreed that this year, the submissions were
extraordinary.
Unbelievably extraordinary.
Right.
The best. I was a screener last year as well, and even from last year to this year, there was a marked difference in the quality.
Filmmakers are getting better, and there's more there's more at their disposal for
Yeah.
filming, the technology and everything else as well. Talk about Back to Burgundy. Back to Burgundy is a beautiful French film, I understand.
Back to Burgundy will make you want to drink wine. You can't help it.
I purposely scheduled it at the Mary D. Fisher Theater so that you can drink wine while you're watching.
Perfect.
That's right.
But it's a family drama. It takes place in a French vineyard and winery, and the cinematography is beautiful. All the acting is perfect, and there's a great story behind it. It's not just people walking through vineyards.
Nice.
But it's a family story of what three siblings choose to do and how they choose to do it after their father, the patriarch, passes away. So that's a great film to see.
And it's so nice with
drink
the tie-in with the Verde Valley, the wine industry here in the Verde
Yes.
Valley, so it makes it really nice. A great film, great tie-in to Sedona and the Verde Valley, and just, the French can do no wrong. Their films are always so good.
Yes, and so many of these films that people may not have heard of before are because they're new films.
Right.
They were being finished while we were screening them.
Right. So
And
we're really seeing them fresh off the cutting room floor. Yes. That's
a lot of premieres.
Yeah. And I understand we're going to lead into a trailer for this one, but I understand that you're particularly passionate. I know you're very passionate about music, given your background, Keri. Talk to us about Django. Django's a very special film.
I love Django. Django was the gypsy guitarist, and this is about just a segment of his life during the war, when the Nazis decided that jazz music was subversive, it was black, it was horrible, and yet somehow, for some reason, they decided they want to put him on tour in Germany. Yet his family's being hunted, as he is. I mean, as all people, all the gypsy people are. So it's kind of a frightening situation of how he gets around and out of this situation when being famous is not necessarily working in his favor.
And the music is exceptional.
The music is exceptional. The man played guitar with 3 fingers, and you would never know it. But he is astounding. And he started the whole swing jazz movement. He's astonishing.
Wonderful. Let's take a look. This is Django, featured at the Sedona International Film Festival.
Je suis musicien, je joue de la musique, c'est ce que je sais faire le mieux. Depuis qu'il n'y a plus de jazz américain à Paris, c'est moi le King of Swing.
You've got a name, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've got a name here. My name is Django.
C'est qui ce clown là?
C'est Hitler.
Elle est naze sa moustache.
Naze, ouais. Pas comme la tienne.
Je te présente le lieutenant Dietrich von Schultz, c'est notre docteur jazz.
Goebbels peut vous voir jouer à Berlin.
Non, j'irai pas.
Si on perd la pute de docteur jazz, on est mort.
T'as qu'à leur dire Django veut le même cachet que Clark Gable.
Depuis le mois de mars, il y a eu beaucoup d'arrestations de tziganes. Mais s'ils n'obéissent pas, ils sont abattus sauvagement.
C'est pas ma guerre, ça.
Django, tu dois fuir. Ce qui prépare dans l'ombre est abominable. Django est un musicien unique. Il n'a pas encore composé de très belles choses.
C'est mon homme. Oubliez-le.
Écoute comme c'est beau.
Ça fait 2 mois que je pars d'ici. Tu devais nous faire passer en Schweiss. Je suis là avec ma famille à attendre un signal pour passer. C'est jamais le bon moment. J'y crois plus à vos promesses.
S'ils te capturent, ils te tueront.
Vous connaissez la musique au moins?
Non. Mais elle me connaît.
Another really important aspect of the Sedona International Film Festival is our workshops. Gary, you are in charge of our filmmaker conversations and our workshop series, which are free and open to the public to come. 3 of the days of the week, twice a day. Talk to us about those. What are we going to take them behind the scenes on this year?
It's a real honor, of course, to be participating and being part of this workshop experience, because we have the opportunity to expose a variety of filmmakers in panel discussions talking about very very specific topics in relation to the making of films. And a lot of the behind the scenes information, but also the motivational aspects, the heartache that they suffer, but also the joy that they achieve. And we have a number of workshops. We're looking at 6 workshops. A couple of them will be about personal development and motivation. Others will be about using social media for promoting and getting the film out there. One of the workshops will be about women in film. Some will be about directing and producing. So the workshop variety is going to be very good with 6 different workshops. And again, the public can come, but everybody who's attending the festival will find these valuable. Even though it's filmmakers talking, the audience will find the information incredibly interesting and very, very fun, and a very unique part of the film festival. So the workshops are definitely something to put on the schedule.
Well, and it's going to be wonderful. And you do a personal one called The Motivated Filmmaker that
Yes.
I'm anxious, very, very anxious to see, and anxious to have our filmmakers experience as well.
Yes, that's great. Well, I'm
wonderful.
very excited about sharing some ideas that help them set clear goals, be organized, but importantly, be motivated to get started and to keep going in the making of the filmmaking.
Well, and bringing up the audience too, we were talking earlier about what the audience experience is like at a film festival. Yes. Tell us, Gary, you had a really wonderful line that you
Well,
you said.
I just believe that the film festival is, of course, about the films. And we're there to see all of these amazing movies, but it's about the total experience that we have while we're there, because we're talking with other film goers about the films that we've seen. We're sharing and arguing and being passionate about the film. You loved it and I hated it. And it's a scenario where we get a variety of opinions, but people, of course, have the chance to go to all of these functions. There's chances to get together for different levels of people at the festival. There's party events. All of the experience is just such a unique time, and Sedona really lays it on. So anybody who's thinking about coming, make sure you avail yourself to the total experience of this festival rather than just going to a few films, because meeting the filmmakers, meeting other film goers, and also then meeting the people who are actually producing the festival is all part of that experience.
That's right. And Keri was just sharing with me too that, you know, our film festival has gone up in stature so much, and that's how we're able to get the better films and watch many, many more better films, very exciting films. We're excited about this lineup. Thank you both. Yes. Keri, Gary, thank you for coming and sharing. We're looking forward to seeing the passion that you've all put into it up on our screens for the 9-day festival, February 24th through March 4th. Thank you for joining us. And we encourage all of you to come. There's many ways to experience the festival, from pass packages to ticket packages to individual tickets. Visit our website, sedonafilmfestival.org, or call our office, 928-282-1177. We'll get you all set up. Don't forget, there's a couple extra special things too. Great Voices Sing John Denver is one of the featured programs, and Jim Curry is going to be doing an acoustic concert as a tribute to John Denver before the show as well. So lots of great things. Check out our website. We so appreciate spending time with you and letting you know about all the great things at the 24th Annual Sedona International Film Festival, February 24th through March 4th. Experience the world without ever leaving your theater seat. The Sedona International Film Festival. We'll see you at the movies.